Hello students, I welcome all of you to our chemistry class. What is chemistry? Chemistry deals with the study of matter regarding its composition, uses and properties. In today's class, we are going to study about the matter. Everything around us is matter. Yes, my students, I am sure you must have heard the term matter before and how everything that we come across in our lives, like the air you inhale, the books you read, the toys you play with, I mean, literally everything is made of matter. Still confused? Don't worry, my students. In today's session, let us explore what is matter and its states. So, what is matter? Well, as we all know that matter is everything around you, like rocks, pen, water, even you are made of matter. In this universe, all manifestations, phenomena, and evaluation of life caused by matter and energy. The various objects which exist around us are made up of some kind of matter. But the vital question is, how do you define matter? Anything that can occupy space has a mass and can be perceived by our senses. So here we have to know that matter means which occupy space. That is the volume, and it has a mass that is related to a weight, and it can be perceived by our senses, and it can be perceived by vision, smell, hear, taste and touch. For example, I am considering a soap. All of you take bath, right? Okay. This soap, what will happen? If I want to keep it somewhere, it requires some space. And then what happens? It has some mass. And I can see it, and yeah, along with that, I can smell it also. I know soap is a chemical, so it can't taste it. But I can touch and I can know that it is a soap, right? Now we will see the characteristics of matter. Anything that occupies volume, mass, weight. Volume is space occupied by matter. Mass, quantity of matter. Weight, gravitational pull on matter perceived by senses. Next, we will discuss about the states of matter. As we know already, matter exists in states of matter. What are they? Yes, solid, liquid, gas. Let's start with the most obvious state of matter in this, that is solid state. In solid state, the objects that keep with own shape and do not flow in a given temperature. Solids have a definite shape that only changes when a force is applied. Examples of solids are wood, stone, sand, iron, study table, sugar cubes, glass, etc. Ice is a solid as well, but when it melts, it becomes liquid. By speaking of liquids, it is a substance which is not a solid, but which flows and can be poured. Examples of solids are water, milk, fruit, juice, blood, honey, wine, oil, etc. Next comes an interesting state of matter that can't be seen easily, but It's there all the time, like the air we inhale, which is a gas. Gas is the third main state of matter. Gases are air-like substances that can move around freely, or they might flow to fit a container. For example, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, helium, neon, carbon dioxide, steam, etc. How the matter is composed? Matter is any physical state is composed of smaller particles such as atoms, molecules or ions. Molecules are also made up of atoms of same or different kinds. Hence, atoms are the building blocks of matter. First we will see about atoms. Atom is the smallest indivisible unit. Nothing can be further atoms. Everything in the world, from the tall Eiffel Tower to bag to books, everything around you is made up of atoms. Everything in the world, be living or non-living, from a small insects to animals to plants, including us, everything is made of atoms. So, atom is the smallest unit of everything that you see around you. An atom is the smallest particle of an element which exhibits all the properties of the element. It may or may not exist independently but takes part in every chemical reaction. Next we will see about molecules. Before that, let's observe something now. You have 5 green balls and 5 red balls. Totally 10 balls. Let's try to make different arrangements using these balls. So you can have the set of 2 green balls, 2 red balls, 1 red, 1 green, 3 red balls together, or 3 red balls, 2 green balls. So these are different arrangements which are possible if you have a set of 5 red balls and 5 green balls. Likewise, these atoms also combine. Similar atoms can combine or different atoms can combine. When they combine, they form molecules. So, the combination of atoms, similar atoms or dissimilar atoms, gives us molecules. So, the combination of atoms is known as molecules. A molecule is the smallest particle of a pure substance which can exist independently and they retain the physical and chemical properties of the substances. Next we will see about ions. Atoms, a group of atoms, have a charge or called ions. Ions are atoms that have a positive or negative charge because they have unequal numbers of protons and electrons. If the atom lose electrons, they become positive ions and that can be named as cations. If atom gain electrons, they become negative ions and that can be named as anions. Next we will see about symbols. Basic structure of all languages remains the same. Alphabets combine to give words and the words together to form the sentences. So likewise, language is chemistry, a separate branch of science, has its own language. This language is known as the language of chemistry. So, like all languages, starts from the alphabets. The language of chemistry starts with the chemical symbols. We will see what these chemical symbols are. Here, there are 118 elements discovered so far. All have big names, so to use them again and again and to write them again, it becomes really difficult process. For these names, we use a short form is known as a symbol. A symbol is the short form of an element. Mathematical operation by symbols, for example, plus denotes addition, minus denotes subtraction. In chemistry, each element is denoted by a symbol. Writing out the name of an element every time would be troublesome. So the name of an element is represented by the shorthand form called symbol. Next, we will see the history of symbols of elements from old days to modern days. First one, Greek symbols. The symbols in form of the geometrical shapes were those used by the ancient Greeks to represent the four basic elements. How many basic elements? Four basic elements around us: earth, water, air and fire. Next we will see the about alchemist symbol. In the days of alchemists, the different materials that they used were represented by the mentioned symbols while they tried to change the less valuable metal into gold. The process was called as alchemy, and the men who did this work were known as alchemists. Next we will see about Dalton symbols. With progress in science, scientists started discovering a new type of elements. In 1808, John Dalton, an English scientist, tried to name the various elements based on these pictorial symbols. For example, see, the hydrogen element was represented as circle with a dot as center. Carbon was represented as a shaded circle. Oxygen was represented as a transparent circle. So, these symbols are difficult to draw and hence they were replaced with an even better system of symbols. Next we will see about the BERZELIUS symbols. In 1813, John Jacob Berzelius devised a system using letters of alphabet rather than signs. The modified version of Berzelius system follows under the heading that is System for determining symbols of the elements. Students, get ready to learn the symbols of elements. First, we will see the first type of elements. So, these symbols are easy to write and remember. The first type of symbols is the symbols of the most common elements, mainly non-metals. So, Here they use the first letter of their English name. For example, the element of boron, the symbol is B. For the element of carbon, the symbol is C. For fluorine, the symbol is F. For hydrogen, the symbol is H. For iodine, the symbol is I. For nitrogen, the symbol is N. For oxygen, the symbol is O. For phosphorus, the symbol is P. For sulfur, the symbol is S. For uranium, the symbol is U. For vanadium, the symbol is V. For yttrium, the symbol is Y. Next, we will see the second type of symbols. If the name of the element has the same initial letter as another element, then the symbol uses the first and second letters of their element name. In that case, first name in uppercase and the second name in lowercase. See, for the element aluminium, the symbol is Al. For the element barium, the symbol is Ba. For the element beryllium, the symbol is Be. For bismuth, the symbol is Bi. For bromine, the symbol is Br. For cobalt, the symbol is Co. For gallium, the symbol is Ga. For helium, the symbol is He. For lithium, the symbol is Li. For neon, the symbol is Ne. For silicon, the symbol is Si. And for the element argon, the symbol is Ar. Next, we will see the third type of symbols. If the first two letters of the names are same, the symbol consists of first letter and second or third letter of English name that they do not have in common. Let me see some examples. For the element argon, the symbol Ar. For arsenic, the symbol is As. For chlorine, the symbol is Cl. For chromium, the symbol is Cr. For bromine, the symbol is Br. For cobalt, the symbol is Co. For calcium, the symbol is Ca. For cadmium, the symbol is Cd. For magnesium, the symbol is Mg. For manganese, the symbol is Mn. For silicon, the symbol is Si. Next, we will see the fourth type. Some symbols are used on the basis of their old names or later name of an element. Here they are 11 elements. What are they? For the element sodium, the Latin name is natrium and the symbol is Na. For potassium, the Latin name is kalium and the symbol is K. For iron, the Latin name is ferrum. The symbol is Fe. For copper, the Latin name is cuprum. The symbol is Cu. For silver, the Latin name is argentum. The symbol is Ag. For gold, the Latin name is aurum. The symbol is Au. For mercury, the Latin name is hydrargyrum. The symbol is Hg. For the element lead, the Latin name is plumbum and the symbol is Pb. And for the tin, the Latin name is stannum and the symbol is Sn. And for the element tungsten, the Latin name is wolfram and the symbol is W. Next, we will see the last type. Some elements are named using name of country, scientist, color, mythological character, planet. Come, we will see. For the name americium, the symbol is Am. and the name derived from America. America is a country, right? For the name Europeum, the symbol is EU and the name derived from Europe. It is also a country. And for the name Nobelium, the symbol NO and the name derived from Alfred Nobel. It is a scientist name. For the name iodine, the symbol is I and the name derived from violet. Violet is a color name and as well as a Greek name. For the name Mercury, the symbol Hg and the name derived from god Mercury. God Mercury is a mythological character. The name plutonium, the symbol is Pu and the name derived from Pluto. Pluto is a planet. And for the name Neptunium, the symbol is Np, name derived from Neptune. Neptune is a planet. For the name uranium, for the symbol U, name derived from Uranus and it is a planet. Students, do you know how to write a symbol for given element? Come, let's see. While writing a symbol for an element, we should adhere to following method. If the element has a single English letter as a symbol, it should be written in a capital letter. Okay? For the elements having two letter symbols, the first letter should be in capital and followed by a small letter. Next, we will see the significance of the symbol of an element. Symbol of an element signifies name of the element, one atom of the element. For example, the symbol O stands for the element S, oxygen, so one atom of oxygen. Students, and that's all about in this session. Next is assignment time. So, first one is choose the correct answer. First one is matter is composed of dash. The options are atoms, molecules, ions, all of the above. Second one is liquid used in thermometer is. The options are copper, mercury, silver, gold. Third one is which one of the element name not derived from a planet. The options are plutonium, neptunium, uranium, mercury. The symbol of mercury is dash. The options are Ag, Hg, Au, Pb. Next one is atoms or group of atoms have a charge or called as dash. The options are atoms, molecules, ions, matter. Next one is fill up the blanks. First one, symbol of tungsten dash. The second one is the symbol of plutonium dash. Next one, short answers. The first one is name the elements for following symbols. The Na, W, Ba, Al and U. You have to write the symbols for these elements. Second one is write the symbols for these elements. Oxygen, gold, calcium, cadmium, ion. For these elements, you have to write the symbols. The third one is define alchemy. Here, I have attached the answer for this assignment, so you should learn and write down in your classwork. Okay, students? Thank you.